Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the campus of the Kansas City, Kansas Community College Blue Devils. Got a little baseball doubleheader going on this afternoon. We welcome, just from down south of us, the Johnson County Community College Cavaliers. On Thursday, we went to their campus and got a split. The Blue Devils won the first one 5-3. The Cavaliers won the second one 3-0. We've got the final two games of their four-game series on tap for us this afternoon. The standings for the east side of the conference. Cali has moved into first place. They have won 12 in a row. Matches the 12-game winning streak that the Blue Devils had earlier this season, but they moved into first place with a 25-3 record. In second place with a 19-3 record are the Blue Devils. In third place with a 14-8 record are the Johnson County Cavaliers. In fourth place with a record of 11-11 is the Fort Scott Greyhounds. Coffeyville is in fifth place with 11-13 record. Followed up in sixth place by Allen County. They have a 10-12 record. Neosho County is in eighth place with a 10-16 record. Seventh place. In eighth place, Labette with a 5-17 record. And in ninth place is Highland with a 1-23 record. On the west side, Barton's in first. Barton is an 18-6. Cloud is in second with a 19-7. Colby, 15-8, is in third. Butler with a 16-12 record is in fourth place. Fifth place, Hutchison with 13-10. Sixth place, Dodge City with a 12-12 record. In seventh place, Garden City with a 16-17 record. Seward is in eighth with a 5-17 record, and Pratt is in ninth place, 4-19. The important part about the playoffs are that the top four teams on each side will host the bottom four teams from the cross bracket. So to be able to play your three-game series on who goes to Kansas State campus to play for the right to go to the World Series, you get to play at home if you're in the top four. So it's important to stay in the top four for the two-game or for the best 2 out of 3 series by each of those. So that's why it's important to be in the top four, is to get to play your 3-game playoff series on who goes to what used to be to Wichita that is now going to be at K-State. Starting lineups for today. First for the Cavaliers, leading off at third base, Easton Elliott. In left field, batting second, Cooper Combs. Batting third, the designated hitter, Nick Iannatone. Batting cleanup, the second baseman, Blake Mosley. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Colin Brigham. In right field, batting sixth, Will Hudler. Behind the plate, Connor Simons will bat seventh. Brevin Lee, the shortstop, will bat eighth. Batting ninth, the center fielder, Greg Ziegler. And on the mound, Max Chapman for the Cavaliers. The starting lineup for your Blue Devils, leading off the shortstop, Cole Dawson. Batting second, the second baseman, Parker Bosserman. Batting third, Brendan Bard, the first baseman. Batting cleanup, the center fielder, Caleb Adams. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Pablo Sanchez. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Darius Freeman. And in left field, batting seventh, Peyton McHarg. At third base, batting eighth, Palmer Hutchison. And batting ninth, behind the plate, Camden Carlin. And on the mound today for the Blue Devils, Cooper Carlin. That's the starting lineups for the first game of the doubleheader this afternoon, Game 3 of the series. I'll remind you again, we went on Thursday to the campus of the Cavaliers, and we had about an hour and a half lightning delay, but we got both games in. The first game was taken by the Blue Devils 5-3. The Cavaliers won the second game after a delay in the fifth inning, but the game was won 3-0 by the Cavaliers. We're going to take a little break. We'll get our anthem going here in a little bit. We'll get this game going. Welcome, everyone. Stay tuned for the doubleheader between the Kansas City, Kansas Community College Blue Devils and the Johnson County Community College Cavaliers. Just about 20 minutes down the road here. We'll be back. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this afternoon's baseball games. The first game will be a 7-inning scheduled game, and the second game will be a scheduled 9. These are the final two games of the 4-game series for the Blue Devils, and the Cavaliers. Don't hold that against me, please. A lot of teams going on. But nonetheless, welcome to the Cavaliers. Welcome to those of you that are watching and or listening today. I appreciate it. This broadcast is brought to you solely by the athletic department and the baseball department, or the baseball team of the Blue Devils. If you are interested in donating, go to 4ts.com. There's a donate button there. Go to Patreon if you are interested in subscribing. It's a little bit late into the season for that, but any donations that are made will go to defray the cost for Coach Goldbeck and the baseball team, as well as the athletic department. On the mound for the Blue Devils, Cooper Carlgren, 2-1 record, 7.24 ERA in 32 and a third innings pitched. Elliott Combs and Anatone scheduled up for the Cavaliers. First pitch is a strike called on Elliott. 0-1 the count. It's a foul ball, so quickly 0-2 the count. Hutchison was in a step on the grass. He'll now back off. Hutchison, Dawson, Bosserman, Bard left to right across the infield. McHarg, Adams, and Sanchez across the outfield, with Carlin behind the plate and Carlgren on the mound. There's a swing and a strikeout for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Cooper Combs. Combs will step in with one out and nobody on. Misses a little bit outside. 1-0 the count. Little bit low ball, too. Carlgren is from Auburn, Kansas, went to Washburn Rural High School. The high fly ball into shallow center field. Going to take care of that is the second baseman, Bosserman. So 2 down. That's going to bring up Anatone. He's the designated hitter. He'll step in with 2 outs and nobody on. It's a ground ball at Bosserman. Bosserman's up with it. Over to Bard at first. So 3 up, 3 down for the top half of the inning. The Blue Devils come into bat. No score. I'll be back. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the first inning. Scheduled up, Dawson, Bosserman, and Bard. On the mound is Max Chapman for the Cavaliers. Misses a little bit low and outside. Chapman has a 4.40 ERA. 3-3 is his record. From Grain Valley. Strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike on Dawson. There's a ground ball to the third baseman, Elliott. He's up with it and over to Brigman for the 5-3 ground out. That's going to bring up Bosserman. Bosserman will step in with 1 out and nobody on. Bosserman starts the day batting .338. The ground ball going to be cut off by the third baseman. Elliott cuts the ball off, makes the shorter throw over to Brigman for the second out of the inning, a 5-3 ground out. So 2 outs. That's going to bring up Bard. Bard starts the day batting .384. He'll step in to face Chapman with 2 outs and nobody on. Strike on the outside corner, strike called. 0-1 the count on the first baseman, Brendan Bard. Stays a little bit outside, did that breaking ball. Lefty on the mound. Max Chapman for the Cavaliers. The ball right back up the middle, so a 2-out base hit for Brendan Bard. Misses outside. Adams starts the day batting .343. He'll step in with a runner at first base and 2 outs. Ball stays outside, 2-0 the count. On the center fielder, Caleb Adams. Welcome to the broadcast. Sunshiny day here in Kansas City, Kansas. There's a strike right through there. 2-1 the count. Flag actually blowing back toward in from left field, which is usually the other way around. There's a foul ball headed down the right field line and out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Number 2, Caleb Adams at the plate. Foul ball back and out of play. We'll do the 2-2 again. Elliott, Lee, Mosley, Brigman left to right across the infield. Combs, Ziegler, and Hudler left to right across the outfield. Simons behind the plate. Chapman on the mound for the Cavaliers. There's a ball headed up the middle. So back-to-back base hits right back up the middle for Bard and Adams. And that's going to bring up Sanchez. Sanchez will step in with runners at first and second and 2 out. Sanchez starts the day batting .364. Tying outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count, runners at first and second. Just catches the outside corner at the waist. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Turned on that ground ball down the left field line in foul territory. So 1-2 the count. On Sanchez, the right fielder. Time asked for and granted. Bard leads away at first. Adams at first. Bard at second. That's up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 2 outs. 2 ground outs to the third baseman, Elliott, and then 2 base hits right back up the middle by Bard and Adams. Foul ball back to the screen. We'll do the 2-2 again. The ground ball headed up the middle. It's going to be an RBI base hit. So Sanchez with the base hit. Get the Blue Devils on the board. It's going to bring up Freeman. First pitch to him is strike right through there. Freeman starts the day batting .353. Runners at the corners. High fly ball into shallow center fielder going out. Taking control of that is Lee. For the third out of the inning, the Blue Devils get 1 run on 3 hits. We go to the top half of the second inning. Blue Devils with a 1-0 lead. I'll be back. All right, Mosley, Brigham, and Hudler scheduled up for the Cavaliers. There's a foul ball late swinging there. Mosley, the second baseman. He starts the day batting .369. A little bit low and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Misses just a little bit outside. 2-1 the count. Blue Devils with 3 hits and a run in the bottom half of the first. Here we are in the top of the second. That misses high and inside. So 3-1 the count on the second baseman, Blake Mosley. There's a ball headed into left field. That's going to be extra bases for Mosley. So Mosley with the double into the left field corner. That's going to bring up Colin Brigham, the first baseman. He'll step in with the runner at second base and nobody out to face Carlgren. Will pop up over toward the third baseman. Palmer Hutchison's going to take care of that for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up Hudler. Hudler starts the day batting .354. He'll step in with 1 out and 1 on after the double by Mosley. There's a strike called on the inside corner. Oh, 1 the count. Hudler, the right fielder. Swing and a miss for strike 2, so 0-2 the count on the right fielder, Hudler. Runner goes way outside, so a stolen base for Mosley. Misses just a little bit outside. 2-2 the count. Mosley with the double, then the stolen base after the pop out to the third baseman by Brigham. So 1 out and a runner at third now. Hudler at the plate. Swing and a miss for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the catcher, Simons. Simons will step in on the left-handed side. He'll be up there now with 2 outs and a runner at third base. Runner at third is Mosley. Simons the catcher. Strike inside corner. Strike called. In the dirt, blocked nicely by the catcher, Carlin. 1-1 the count. 2 outs, runner at third. Top half of the second inning, Cavaliers with a runner at third, 2 outs. Way inside. 2-1 the count now. Strike called right through there. Outside half of the plate, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the second inning. Strike 3 called right through there at the bottom part of the zone. So no runs on 1 hit for the Cavaliers. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. Blue Devils leading 1-0. I'll be back. All right, to the bottom half of the second we go. Blue Devils with a 1-0 lead. McHarg, Hutchison, and Carlin scheduled up for the Blue Devils. McHarg will step in as he leads off the bottom half of the second for the Blue Devils. McHarg starts the day batting .373. Takes strike called. That's outside and in the dirt. 1-1 the count. McHarg, the left fielder. High and inside. 2-1 the count as he leads off the bottom half of the second inning for the Blue Devils. That's way upstairs. 3-1 the count. That's way up high. Base on balls. Lead off base on balls offered up for Peyton McHarg. That's going to bring up Palmer Hutchison. Hutchison will step in with a runner at first base. And nobody out. He starts the day batting .270. That's a little bit low. 1-0 the count. Hutchison, the third baseman. There's a ground ball headed at the third baseman. Going to have him out at second base. McHarg sliding straight in at the bag. You know that any time that anybody gets a slide into them, there's always going to be the question by the coach that, hey, maybe that we should get the out. I'm not a big fan of The second baseman being out the bag, going up in the air and coming back down at the bag, which is what it looked like to me. So the umpires have decided that his slide was okay and safe. So when we come back to play, there's going to be one out. Hope that the second baseman, Mosley, will be fine after that slide into second by McHarg. So for the time being, Hutchison will be on at first after having McHarg, fielder's choice, a 5-4 that gets the first out of the inning. So there'll be one out with a runner at first base when we resume play. It's going to bring up Camden Carlin, the catcher. Carlin will step in. Carlin will step in with one out and a runner at first base. Strike called on the first pitch to him. 0-1 the count, one out, runner at first base is Hutchison. That ball breaks just a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Blue Devils with a 1-0 lead. Foul ball. 1-2 the count on the catcher, Camden Carlin. Carlin can keep this thing going. We'll go back to the top of the order in Dawson, barring the double play here. That's up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Hutchison at first base. That misses just a little bit up and out. Looked pretty close to me. Nonetheless, 3-2 the count. It was ruled a ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Throw over to first. Nothing going on over there. Back in safely is Hutchison. He reached on the fielder's choice. 1-0 lead for the Blue Devils here. High foul ball over in foul territory. That's going to be taken care of by Brigham. So back to the top of the order we go with 2 outs and a runner at first base. Back to the top of the order and Cole Dawson. Dawson grounded out to the third baseman his last time up. He'll step in with 2 outs now. Strike called. Dawson is from Russellville, Arkansas. 0-1 the count on him. 2 outs, runner at first base. Bottom of the second inning action. There's a ground ball. That's going to be foul over here to the third base dugout. Oh, and 2 the count on the shortstop, Cole Dawson. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom half of the second inning with the Blue Devils leading 1-0. I'll be back. All right, here we go to the top half of the third inning. Lee Ziegler and Elliott scheduled up for the Cavaliers. Lee starts the day batting .348. Misses outside, 1-0. Lee, the shortstop. Swing and a miss of that pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike on Brevin Lee, the shortstop, as he leads off the top of the third for the Cavaliers. There's a strike called at the belt, outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Lee. Fly ball into shallow right field. That's going to be taken care of by Bosserman. That's going to bring up Ziegler. Ziegler will step in with 1 out and nobody on. Ziegler starts the day batting .322. Swing and a miss of that first pitch. Ziegler, the center fielder. Little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Blue Devils with a 1-run lead. Breaking pitch catches the outside corner. 1-2 the count. High fly ball into center field. Adams takes care of that for the second out of the inning. So two outs now in the top of the third. Back to the top of the order in Elliott. Elliott is from Andover, Kansas, went to Andover Central High School. Ball 1. Swing and a miss of that pitch. Elliott started the day batting .381. Didn't get to that his first at bat. Low and inside. 2-1 the count. Blue Devils lead by 1. No runs on 1 hit for the Cavaliers. 1 run on 3 hits for the Blue Devils. Misses outside. 3-1 the count. Here in the top of the third, Lee popped out into shallow center field to the Bosserman, and then Ziegler flew out to center field. There's a ball headed into the gap. It's going to be extra bases for Elliott. Headed for third and is going to be safe with a triple. So that's going to bring up Combs. Combs popped up to the second baseman his first time up. Combs is from Green Valley. Ball strike called on the outside corner. Looked a bit outside to me, but nonetheless ruled a strike. That missed a bit low, evidently, or a makeup call from the last pitch. Nonetheless, 1 ball, 1 strike on Cooper Combs. Got a runner at third base, 2 outs. Nicely blocked by the catcher, Carlin. 2-1 the count. Strike called outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fly ball to deep left field. Could be trouble. So a 2-run home run by Combs. So the 2-run, 2-out home run that's going to bring up Iannatone. That's inside to him. Iannatone grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. Iannatone is from Plainfield, Illinois. That ball just stays fair for the hit. I looked down at the time of that. Was that a bunt hit, Jace? Bunt hit. I looked down. I didn't see if that was a chopper off of his foot or what the case was. There's a throw over to first. Back in safely is Iannatone. So the 2-run home run by Combs, then the bunt hit by Iannatone. That brings up Mosley. He had a double his first time up. He lines out to Caleb Adams in center field for the 3rd out of the inning. So 2 runs on 3 hits. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The Cavaliers have taken a 2-1 lead. I'll be back. To the bottom half of the third we go. Bosserman, Bard, and Adams scheduled up for the Blue Devils. Bosserman is from Oak Grove, Missouri, went to Green Valley High School. Strike called. So the last about inning and a half, a little inconsistency has caused the fans from both sides to be on the umpire a little. Chapman back for another inning of work. That ball's all the way back to the screen. I've got enough duties up here with trying to keep my scoreboard good and all the information that I miss some of those things once in a while. Bosserman grounded out to the third baseman his last time up. That ball missed a little bit outside. 2-1 the count. Jace just gives me the palms up look like, what the heck was that? 2-1, that's up high for ball 3. 3-1 the count. I know the job is not easy, but at times you just think that it ought to be a little closer than what we see. 3-1 the count. There's a ball headed up the middle. That's going to be grabbed by the second baseman, Mosley, and over to Bergman, but not in time. So Bosserman with the infield hit. That's going to bring up Bard. Bard will step in with a leadoff runner at first base. Bard had a base hit up the middle his last time up. Bard is from Kansas City, Kansas, went to Piper High School. It's a foul ball out of play down the right field line. 0-1 the count on Bard. Bosserman with the leadoff base hit, infield hit up the middle. Nice effort by Mosley, but a little too late to first base. That's a little bit low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at first base. Way outside. Nice job by the catcher. Simon's going out and keeping that from going back to the screen. 2-1 the count. Want to welcome everyone in this afternoon. It's a ground ball headed to the second baseman. He's up with it and over. So nice play ranging over toward first base is Mosley. Gets the ball. Bergman for the out. So 1 out now, moves the runner to second base. That's going to bring up Adams. Adams will step in with 1 out and a runner at second base. Adams is from Leavenworth, Kansas, went to Lansing High School. He'll step in with a runner at second base and 1 out. Not sure where that missed, if it was low. A little bit low. Not a very low zone by this umpire. I think he's pretty consistent there. But his inside and outside is definitely getting some noise from both sides of the spectrum. It's inside ball 2. 2-0 the count. Got my outs wrong. I got to get that changed. There we go. There's a strike right through there. Outside part of the plate at the knees. 2-1 the count, 1 out. Runner at second base. Elliott, Lee, Mosley, Bergman left to right across the infield. Combs, Ziegler, Hudler left to right across the outfield with Simons behind the plate and Chapman on the mound. The high fly ball to deep right field. Going back is Hudler. He makes the play, tagging and going to third. is Bosserman. So a fly ball to right field moves the runner to third. Tying run now there. That's going to bring up with 2 outs Pablo Sanchez. Sanchez is from Sidra, Puerto Rico. He'll step in with the runner at third. 2 outs now. Tying run at third base, but 2 down. Strike outside corner. Breaking pitch makes it right across there. Bosserman with the leadoff base hit, moved up on Bard's ground out to second, then moved to third on a sac fly to right field. Way inside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, sunshiny day on the campus of the Blue Devils. Here in Kansas City, Kansas. Light breeze out of the south, blowing out to left field. There's a ground ball headed at the first baseman. Brigham's going to step on the bag for the third out. So the Blue Devils in the third inning, no runs on 1 hit, no 1 left on. We go to the top of the fourth. Blue Devils trail the Cavaliers 2-1. I'll be back. To the top of the fourth we go. Scheduled up, Brigham, Hudler, and Simons. Cavaliers leading 2-1. Brigham popped out to the third baseman his last time up. Called on a swing, tried to check, but wasn't able to. Brigham is from Smithton, Illinois. Strike 2 called inside corner. Brigham has his knee of his pants way above his knees. I don't know if he thinks that helps or if it's just they're short and he's so very tall. That's ball outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Colin Brigham, the first baseman. 6'7" listed on the roster. There's a ball headed into deep center field. On the run is Adams, and he can't get to that. And that's going to be a double to dead center field for Brigham as he leads off the top of the fourth inning. That's going to bring up Hudler. Hudler will be up there with a runner at second base with nobody out. Hudler is from Overland Park, Kansas. Went to Blue Valley West High School. He struck out his first time up. There's a ball hit to deep center field. And that's going to be out for a 2-run home run. So Hudler drives it to dead center almost for the 2-run home run. So 2 runs in for the Cavaliers. makes it 4-1. It's going to bring up Simons. Strike called on Simons. Simons is from Shawnee, Kansas, went to Shawnee Mission Northwest. Next pitch to him is a ball. So 1-1 the count. Two balls and one strike. Tying outside, so 3-1 the count. Must have missed a little bit low. Simons was called out on strikes his first time up. That was a pretty close pitch to take there, but he ends up with a base on balls. So a little visit to the mound is Carlin, probably instigated by coach to get a little bit of time for the pitchers to start getting ready out there. That's going to bring up Brevin Lee, the shortstop. Lee is from Olathe, Kansas, went to Olathe Northwest High School. When the visit is through on the mound, he will step in to face Carlgren. Blue Devils down 4-1. The Cavaliers with inning back-to-back two-run home runs, one by Combs and one by Hudler. Runner at first base, squares to bunt. Looked like an attempt to me. Well, I disagree with that. I don't disagree heavily often, but that was an attempt, but ruled a ball. 1-0 the count. Normally I have a little compassion for those type things, but that was an attempt. Nonetheless, ruled a ball. There's a throw over to first base. Cavaliers lead 4-1. Top of the fourth inning. Squares to bunt again, pulls back, takes high ball 2. 2-0 the count now. Two balls, no strikes, nobody out. Runner at first base. Throw over to first, nothing going on over there. Brigham with the leadoff double, Hudler with the home run, Simons with the base on balls. That brings us to runner at first, Lee at the plate. 2-0 the count, squares to bunt. Three and 0 the count. Not sure where that missed, but ruled a ball. 3-0 the count. Runner at first. Carlgren. There's a strike called right down the middle. 3-1 the count. Cavaliers trying to add to their 3-run lead. They've got 4 runs on 6 hits. Blue Devils with 1 run on 4 hits. Throw over to first, back in safely. Three and 1 the count. It doesn't matter which side you're sitting on. It's going to make for a long afternoon with a strike zone like we're seeing right now. There's ball 4. That's going to bring up Ziegler. He flew out to center field his last time up. He'll step in with runners at first and second. We're going to get a visit to the mound. We'll take a break, see if there's any changes made. We'll come back after the visit to the mound with the Blue Devils trailing the Cavaliers of Johnson County 4-1 here in the top half of the fourth. I'll be back. Okay, here we are back from the break. We had a pitching change made. Will Hahn from Olathe, Kansas, went to Olathe West High School. 2-0 record, 5.4 ERA. He has come in relief. See if I can get stuff caught up here. We had a little announcement made. So I believe we have had 6 straight balls with the Cavaliers turning to bunt and pulled back. So 2-0 the count. I did miss a strike in there. Jace is after me here. He keeps good track of me. But it is 2-0 the count here with nobody out. Runners at first and second. Ziegler at the plate, and there's the bunt. It's going to be picked up by Hahn. And that's going to get the runners to second and third now with 1 out after the sac bunt by Ziegler. So back to the top of the order, and Elliott has struck out and had a triple so far today. He's up there with 1 out and runners at second and third. It's a little bit high. Awfully tight strike zone today. 1-0 the count. It's a high fly ball into right field. Sanchez with the catch. Going to have the runner get to third. So a sac fly by Elliott for the second out of the inning is going to add another run for the Cavaliers. But now with 2 outs, now somebody needs to scold me. I'm behind on my bookwork here. 5-1 the score. Runner now at third base. There's a strike, catches the outside corner. That brings up Combs. Combs popped out in the first and then had a 2-run home run in the third. That misses a little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. William Will Hahn on in relief of Carlgren. There's a ball laced into left field, so an RBI base hit. To make it 6-1. It's going to bring up Iannatone. Iannatone grounded out to the second baseman. His first time out had a bunt hit that came to rest on the foul line. Swing and a miss of that first pitch. So 0-1 the count on Iannatone. Pitch out, nothing going on. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blue Devils trail 6-1 with the Cavaliers batting here in the top of the fourth. They've put up a 4 spot here in the top of the fourth. 2 of those on a 2-run home run by Will Hudler. Foul ball back to the screen. 1-2 the count. Runner goes. And going to be out at second base. So Combs caught stealing. We go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. The Cavaliers put up 4 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. They take a 6-1 lead. We go to the bottom of the fourth. I'll be back. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Blue Devils with a whole lot of work to do. They trail 6-1. Darius Freeman, McHarg, and Hutchison scheduled up. Squares to bunt, takes a strike. Does Freeman. Freeman is from Kansas City, Kansas, went to Shawnee Mission Northwest. 0-1 the count on him. He leads off. There's a bunt to the right-handed side. That's going to be a bunt hit, executed perfectly by Darius Freeman. Gets it past the pitcher. The first baseman has to take it. and then he just outruns everybody to the bag. That's going to bring up Mick Harg. Mick Harg will step in with a runner at first and nobody out. Mick Harg is from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. That's a little bit low, 1-0 the count on Mick Harg. Freeman at first base after the bunt hit. That misses a little bit low, 2-0. It's a ground ball headed down for the bullpen area for the Cavaliers. You notice Coach Freeman didn't try and grab that one with his bare hand. Throw over to first, nothing going on over there. Two balls and a strike, nobody out. Squares to bunt, pulls back. 3-1 the count now. Blue Devils trail 6-1. Bottom of the fourth inning action. High and inside, ball 4. So the lower part of the lineup trying to make some things happen here for the Blue Devils. Going to get a visit to the mound. That's going to bring up Palmer Hutchison. All the infield headed in for the Cavaliers. We'll see if a change is going to be made. We'll take a break. We'll be back. All right, no change being made. Runners at first and second. Palmer Hutchison is from Hays, Kansas. He grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up to the third baseman. That's high and outside, ball 1. So 1-0 the count. See if the third baseman, Hutchison, can do something to get us ready to cut this 5-run lead by the Cavaliers. There's a strike right through there. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count. That looked like an awfully good pitch up here for him to have done something with. Chose to take it. 1-0, 1-1 the count. Chapman on the mound. Lefty for the Cavaliers. Way outside. 2-1 the count now. Freeman leads away from second. Mick Harg leads away from first. That's high and outside. So 3-1 the count. I'm guessing the information that the coach may have imparted out there was don't give him anything to hit. If he walks, that's fine. Then we're going to make the change. We'll see. 3-1 the count. That's up high for ball 4. So that's going to load the bases. Now the coach heads back out, and we're going to get a pitching change. We'll get those changes. We'll be back and give you an update. Thank you for those of you that are watching and or listening. If you have not, please subscribe. The more people we have watching these games, the better for all of our student athletes, rather it is the Blue Devils or the Cavaliers or anybody else we play. Please consider subscribing and giving us a thumbs up. We'll be back. Thanks for watching. All right, the pitching change has been made. Maverick Hanna comes in to pitch. He has a 3.50 ERA. He has a record of 1-0. He is from Olathe, Kansas, went to Olathe South High School. He will take over the duties on the mound with the bases loaded and nobody out. The Blue Devils are going to have a pinch hitter. Braden Vaughter will pinch hit for Carlin. Vaughter will step in for his first at bat today with the bases loaded and nobody out. Vaughter starts the day batting .287. Breaking pitch right across there. Righty on in relief is Hanna. Coach Golbeck with the counter move with Vaughter as a pinch hitter. Just misses a little bit. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases are loaded. Nobody out. Vaughter on to pinch hit to try and cut this 5-run deficit of the Cavaliers. There's a breaking pitch right through there for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded. Vaughter at the plate. 1-2 the count on him. That's high and outside. 2-2 the count. Breaking ball stays way outside. So 3-2 the count on Braden Vaughter. Vaughter, the pinch hitter, in tight on the plate. 5-run lead for the Cavaliers. Vaughter hoping to change that right here. Swing and a miss. For the strikeout. So back to the top of the order and Cole Dawson. Dawson is grounded out and struck out. He will step in. With 1 out now. As a foul ball headed down the right field line and out of play. 0-1 the count. Dawson is grounded out to the third baseman and struck out. He's batting here with 1 out and the bases loaded. Bottom of the fourth, Blue Devils trailing 6-1. Breaking ball stays inside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Blue Devils only been able to plate 1 run so far. Breaking pitch sails outside. 2-1 the count. Freeman at third, McHarg at second, Hutchison at first. There's a ground ball headed at the third baseman. He's going to step on the bag at third. Throw over to first for the 5. Unassisted over to 3, double play. So the Cavaliers get out of the inning on the double play. The Blue Devils get 1. No runs on 1 hit. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Blue Devils trailing 5-1. I'll be back. Top half of the 5th inning we go. Iannatone was at the plate when Combs was caught stealing. He'll be back up there to lead off the top of the 5th. Iannatone, Mosley, and Brigham scheduled up for the Cavaliers. That's inside and low for ball 1. 1-0 the count on Iannatone. He grounded out to the second baseman his first time up and then had a bunt hit. There's 2-0 to him. Had a bunt hit that came to rest on the chalk down the third baseline. The high fly ball. And that's going to be caught. And the out made by the catcher, Buffington. Buffington is on after the pinch hit for Carlin. Buffington and Carlin, platoon catchers. And that for the first out of the inning. So that's going to bring up Mosley. Mosley takes strike 1. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 5th inning action. Remember, the first game is a 7. The second game is a 9. There's a ground ball headed at Bosserman. Bosserman's up with that and over to Bard for the 4-3 ground out. Two outs now. That's going to bring up Colin Brigham. He's popped out to the third baseman and had a double to the fence in center field. He'll step in with 2 outs and nobody on to face Will Hahn. There's a strike right through there, strike called. One ball, 1 strike. Two balls and a strike. Brigham, the first baseman. It's in the dirt. 3-1 the count. 2 down. Iannatone with the pop out in foul territory, and Mosley with a hard hit ground ball at Bosserman. There's a swing and a foul back to the screen, so 3-2 the count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cavaliers 6 runs on 7 hits. Blue Devils 1 run on 5 hits. Neither team with an error. There's a foul ball lashed down the right field line. That's going to pop out into the field of play. We'll have to get that off the field. So we'll do the 3-2 again. High fly ball, that's going to be foul down the right field line and out of play. We'll do the 3-2 again. Want to welcome the new viewers. See a few coming on. We appreciate it. There's ball 4. So Brigham works the walk. That's going to bring up Hudler. Hudler popped out to the third baseman his first time up. Had a 2-run home run his second time up. There's a strike called on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. 2 outs. Hudler at the plate. Just misses a little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. To the right fielder, Will Hudler. Foul ball back to the screen. 1-2 the count now. Cavaliers with a 6-1 lead as they bat here in the top of the 5th. 7-inning scheduled game followed by the 9-inning game, the second game of the doubleheader. Outside, runner goes. So caught stealing when the ball got away from Buffington. No runs, no hits. One runner left on. We go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Blue Devils trail by 5. Stay with us. Hey, don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate it. Thanks. All right, to the bottom half of the fifth we go. Bosserman scheduled up. Takes low and outside, ball 1. Bosserman has grounded out to the third baseman and had a base hit up the middle, an infield hit. That falls a little bit low. Bosserman right in on the plate. He likes to have his toes hanging over the inside of that batter's box. 2-0 the count on him. There's a strike outside corner at the knees. 2 balls and a strike as Bosserman leads off the bottom half of the fifth inning for the Blue Devils. Strike called at the waist inside corner. 2-2 the count. Outside. 3-2 the count now on the second baseman, Bosserman. And strike 3 called. So that's going to bring up Bard. Bard's had a base hit to center field and grounded out to the second baseman. He'll step in with 1 out and nobody on. It's outside, ball 1. Want to know the count? 1 out. Bard, the first baseman. It's a ground ball just foul past the bag. Down at third. Elliott, Lee, Mosley, and Brigham from left to right across the infield. Combs, Ziegler, and Hudler across the outfield from left to right. With Simons behind the plate and Maverick Hanna on in relief of Chapman. Cavaliers with a 6-1 lead. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count on Bard. Way up and in. Curveball didn't make it back to the strike zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and an out to Bard. Stayed inside. 3-2 the count now. Comes the pitch by Hannah. The high foul ball. We'll see if the third baseman, Elliott, can make a play on that, and he cannot. We'll do the 3-2 again. Just reached out and fouled that one away to stay alive, he does. Bard will come back with the 3-2 again. The ball headed into left field. Coming in to take care of that is Cooper Combs. For the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Adams. Adams will step in with 2 outs now and nobody on. Adams has a base hit up the middle and a fly out to right field in his 2 at-bats so far. He'll step in with 2 outs and nobody on. Stays inside, ball 1. Thought the pitch was not going to break enough and was going to hit him, but it stayed inside but failed to graze him. 1-0 the count. That one is not going to get inside. That's a hit by pitch. Two outs. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Pablo Sanchez. Sanchez has an RBI base hit for the only RBI for the Blue Devils at this time. And then he grounded out unassisted to the first baseman. He's up there with 2 outs and a runner at first. That pitch stays up high for ball 1. 1-0 the count on the right fielder, Pablo Sanchez. There's a strike called down the middle, lower part of the zone. 1-1 the count. Runner at first base after Adams was hit by a pitch with 2 outs. Strike, inside corner, breaking pitch, just barely caught the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Time asked for and granted. 1-2 the count, runner at first base. Blue Devils trail by 5. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Way outside ball 3. 3-2 the count now. Maverick Hanna on in relief of Max Chapman. Chapman went 3 innings. Runner goes. And ball 4. So that's going to bring up Darius Freeman. Runners at first and second. We're going to get a visit to the mound. We'll see if there's a pitching change. Thanks for watching. We'll be back. All right, let's see if we can get some timely hitting here. 2 outs, runners at first and second base. Freeman's popped out to the shortstop and had a base hit bunt. There's a strike called outside corner at the waist. 0-1 the count. Blue Devils trail by 5. They bat here in the bottom of the 5th. Couple of runners on. 2 outs. Oh and 1 the count. That's going to be a wild pitch. Let the runners move up. So now 2 runners in scoring position if Freeman can get something on the outfield grass. Some timely 2-out hitting would be good right here. Squares to bunt. That's going to be an RBI bunt hit for Freeman. So an RBI base hit for Freeman makes it a 6-2 game. Runners now at first and third with 2 outs. That's going to bring up Peyton McHarg. McHarg has walked twice so far today. 6-2 now. Bottom of the 5th inning. Get a little flinch out of the umpire, but ruled it a ball. 1-0 on McHarg. Turned on that one, sprayed it foul down the right field line. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. McHarg at the plate. It's going to be out of play. Sanchez at third. Freeman at first. He had a bunt RBI hit. Make it a 6-2 game. Runner goes. Fouled back and out of play again. Freeman will come back after the foul. See if the steal is still on for Freeman or not. 1-2 the count on McHarg. Runner goes. Pitch looked awfully good to me, but ruled a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 on. 2 runs so far for the Blue Devils. See if McHarg can get something on the outfield grass to get a couple of more runs home. Foul back to the screen. We'll do the 2-2 again. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Cavaliers 6 runs on 7 hits. Blue Devils 2 runs on 6 hits. Neither team has committed an error as of yet. There's a hit by pitch. That's going to load the bases and bring up Palmer Hutchison. Bases full of Blue Devils. Palmer Hutchison at the plate. He grounded into fielder's choice to the third baseman his first time up in the second inning. In the 4th inning, he walked. See if he can get something on the outfield grass to cut this deficit here. One and 0 the count. Looked awfully good to me. Catcher Simons is going to go out and visit with his pitcher and say, hey, just keep trucking the ball in here, getting a little bit of warm-up time for the pitcher that's warming up out for the Cavaliers. Palmer Hutchison at the plate. Has 3 home runs on the year. Low and outside, ball 2. So 2-0 the count. That is one of the places where Palmer Hutchison has the biggest trouble, is when he gets behind in the count. And now it is 2-0 here in his benefit. Let's see if he can do anything with it. There's ball 3, a curveball that goes low and outside. So 3-0 the count. This is one of those times where I'm not a believer that a walk's as good as a hit, because a hit will score 2 runs here instead of 1. But he also wants it to be a perfect pitch too. 3-0. There's a breaking pitch right through there for a called strike. 3-1 the count. Be nice if he could get a fastball here, but I'm sure the Cavaliers have on their scouting report to throw a lot of curveballs. There's a ball headed at the second baseman. Second baseman gets it over to first baseman. So Mosley over to Brigham for the out. In the last 2 innings, the Blue Devils have left runners on base, not scored any runs. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Blue Devils trail. They get 1 here. They trail 6-2. I'll be back. All right, here we go to the top of the sixth inning. Hudler, Simons, and Lee scheduled up. Hahn back for another inning of work. Misses ball one to Hudler. Hudler struck out his first at bat, but the second bat he had a 2-run home run to center field. 2-0 the count. As Hudler leads off the top of the sixth inning for the Cavaliers. Cavaliers lead by 4. 6-2 the score. Strike called. 2 balls and a strike on Hudler. It's a high fly ball to right center. Adams goes over to take care of that for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the catcher, Simons. He was called out on strikes his first time up. Reached on a base on balls his second time up. There's a strike called. 0-1 the count on Connor Simons, the catcher for the Cavaliers. Strike 2 outside corner at the knees. 0-2 the count. 1 out, Hudler on a fly ball to right center. Misses a little bit outside. 1-2 the count. Simons, the catcher, at the plate. Foul ball. We'll do the 1-2 again. Hahn came on in the fourth inning from Olathe West High School. There's a ball headed to right field. Coming in hard to take care of that is Sanchez. So 2 outs. Nobody on for Brevin Lee, the shortstop. Lee has popped out to the second baseman and walked. Takes strike 1 called. 6-2 lead for the Cavaliers over the Blue Devils. Top of the sixth inning action. Scheduled 7-inning game. It's a little bit low. 1-1 the count on Brevin Lee. There's a line drive right at Bard at first base. No runs on no hits. We go to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Blue Devils getting short on outs. They trail 6-2. We go to the bottom of the sixth. I'll be back. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Matt Buffington come on to play catcher after Vaughter with the pinch hit. Buffington is from Andover, Kansas, went to Andover Central. Buffington starts the day batting .333. He'll step in as he leads off. There's a strike called. Leads off. The bottom of the sixth for the Blue Devils. They've got some work to do. They trail by 4. Breaking pitch right back through there. 4 strike, 2 called. Started out inside, made it back to the strike zone. Oh, and 2 the count on Matt Buffington, the catcher. Way outside. 1-2 the count on Buffington. The ball headed into left field. That's a base hit. So Buffington with a base hit into left field, back to the top of the order. And Dawson will step in with a runner at first base and nobody out to face Maverick Hanna, the pitcher for the Cavaliers. Strike called, catches the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Runner at first base. Throw over to first, nothing going on over there. Back in safely is Buffington. Buffington with the lead-off hit into left field. Strike 2 catches the outside corner. Little popper out into left field. So he gets just enough of it to keep from striking out and ends up with a base hit into shallow center field. So runners at first and second with nobody out, and that is going to bring up Bosserman. Bosserman is grounded out, had a base hit, and called out on strikes. He'll step in with nobody out, runners at first and second. See if the Blue Devils can take advantage of the last couple of innings. They've left a lot of runners on. Let's see if we can get some of these guys home. Bosserman at the plate. There's a strike, catches the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Bottom of the sixth inning action. Way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside. 2-1 the count. Runners at first and second. Swing and a miss of that pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the second baseman, Bosserman. High fly ball to deep center field. Back to take care of that is Ziegler. And the runners are going to move up. So runners now at second and third with one out. That's going to bring up Brendan Bard. Bard's had a base hit, a ground out, and a fly out to left field. He'll be up there with one out. Runners at second and third. See if he can get something on the outfield grass to get a couple of these runs back. Blue Devils trail 6-2. There's a ball headed into right center. That's going to be caught by the center fielder. So a sac fly by Bard to cut the lead to 6-3 now. And that's going to bring up Caleb Adams. Adams will step in with 2 outs now. Runner at second base. 6-3 the score. 2 outs. Adams has had a base hit, a fly out, and a hit by pitch. He'll step in with a runner at second base and 2 outs. Six runs on 7 hits for the Cavaliers. 3 runs on 8 hits for the Blue Devils. Outside, 1-0 the count on Caleb Adams. Dawson at second base. Ball hit it into deep right center on the run. Right fielder Hudler's going to take care of that. So the Blue Devils get 1 run on 2 hits, cut the lead to 6-3. We go to the top half of the 7th inning. Blue Devils trail by 3. Scheduled 7-inning game. I'll be back. All right, to the top of the 7th we go. Ziegler, Elliott, and Combs scheduled up to face Hahn of the ground ball at Bosserman. Bosserman's up with that and over to Bard. So the 4-3 ground out for the first out of the inning. That's pretty good efficiency there. Back to the top of the order. And Elliott will step in. He has struck out, had a triple and a sac fly. He'll step in with 1 out and nobody on. Way outside, ball 1. Want to know the count on the third baseman, Easton Elliott. There's a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 7th inning action, scheduled 7-inning game. Blue Devils trail by 3. There's a ball into the bullpen area of the Cavaliers. One and two the count now. High and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a ball headed into right field. Sanchez decided not to go for that one. So a 1-out base hit into right field by Elliott. That's going to bring up Combs. Combs will be up there with 1 out. Runner at first base. Combs had a pop out, a 2-run home run, and a base hit. 2 for 3 on the day with a home run. Squares to bunt. Takes strike called. Strike 1, 0-1 the count. On the left fielder, Combs. After that base hit, Combs was caught stealing. Throw over to first base. Nothing going on over there. 0-1 the count. Nicely blocked by the catcher, Buffington. Elliott had a notion to go, decided to stick around at first. Runner goes. That's fouled back and out of play. One and two the count. In the dirt. Ball gets into the outfield, so the runner's going to end up at third base. So Elliott ends up at third base now with 1 out. 2-2 the count on Combs. Misses outside. 3-2 the count. Three balls, 2 strikes, and an out. There's a ground ball off the backside of the pitcher. So a base hit off the pitcher's backside for an RBI. It's going to make it 7-3. So that's going to bring up Iannatone. There's a base hit right back up the middle by Iannatone. So Iannatone with the hit up the middle. That's going to bring up Mosley. Mosley will step in on the left-handed side. 7-3 lead now here in the top half of the inning. 1-0 the count. Runners at first and second with one out, and Hahn could use a ground ball hard hit right at somebody on the infield. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1 run in the inning so far for the Cavaliers. There's a strike called. Had a horsefly on one of the PTZ cameras, but he decided to walk off the top of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Fortunate strikeout there on a nice pitch by Will Hahn. So 2 outs now. Colin Brigham, he's popped out to the third baseman, had a double and walked. He was caught stealing after the walk. That ball, much to my thought, a strike, was ruled a ball. The kiddo at the plate is 6'7", but nonetheless ruled a ball. 1-0 the count on Colin Brigham. There's a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on. 1 run in the inning so far. So a 7-3 lead for the Cavaliers. There's a strike called outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brigham, the first baseman for the Johnson Cavaliers. Swing and a miss of that fastball. The Cavaliers get 1 run on 3 hits. They take a 7-3 lead. Blue Devils down to their last 3 outs. We got a lot of work to do. Stay with us. I'll be back. All right, to the bottom of the 7th we go. Blue Devils need 4 to keep this thing going. Gabe Nutter comes to the mound in relief. He has a 2.77 ERA, record of 3-0. He is from Kansas City, Missouri, and went to Pembroke Hill High School. He is scheduled to face Sanchez, Freeman, and McHarg. Sanchez takes a ball 1-0. There's a strike outside corner at the waist. 1-1 the count. Elliott, Lee, Mosley, Brigham, and across the infield left to right. Combs, Ziegler, Hudler across the outfield with Simons behind the plate. There is hit by pitch is Sanchez. So Pablo Sanchez, the right fielder, on hit by pitch. And that's going to bring up Darius Freeman. Blue Devils need 4 to keep this thing going. Bottom of the 7th inning action. Freeman will step in. Freeman has popped out, had a bunt hit, and then another bunt hit for an RBI. So a couple of bunt hits, one down the first base line, one down the third base line. So we'll see if we get that here. The only problem is you don't want to give up an out here because you need a lot. There's ball 1 outside. So 1-0 the count. Chapman started the game, went 3 innings for the Cavaliers. Maverick Hanna comes in and goes 3, gives it over to Nutter. Nutter 1-1 the count on Freeman. Runner at first base is Sanchez after the hit by pitch. There's a strike 2 called on the outside corner. One and 2 the count. There's a ground ball headed at the second baseman. The second baseman, Mosley's going to go over to Brigham with it for the 4-3 ground out for the first out of the inning. So that's going to bring up McHarg. McHarg has walked a couple of times and been hit by a pitch. So he's been on base all 3 times, but he hasn't had an official at bat. So 0 for 0 with a couple of walks and a hit by a pitch. That's way outside. Sanchez at second base now. He moved up on the ground ball. Out by Freeman. It's outside ball 2. 2-0 the count on the left fielder, Peyton McHarg. Another ball outside. 3-0 the count. Nutter on in relief. He's from Pembroke Hill High School. Lives in Kansas City, Missouri. There's ball 4 outside. Everybody's hesitant to take off to first base because you just don't know every time. There's runners on first and second now. That's going to bring up Palmer Hutchison. Hutchison is grounded into a fielder's choice, walked and grounded out to the second baseman. He steps in with 1 out and runners at first and second. There's a strike right through there. Blue Devils need 4 to keep this thing going. 7-3 the score. Sanchez at second. McHarg at first. That tail's just a little bit low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Swing and a miss of that fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the third baseman, Hutchison. In the dirt, runners are going to move up on the wild pitch. So 2 runners in scoring position. Palmer Hutchison could get something on the outfield grass. It could cut this deficit in half. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. There's a line drive right at the third baseman, Elliott. He hits it hard, does Hutchison, but makes out on a hard hit ball at the third baseman. Third baseman is doing a little work on his glove. May have had it come untied a little bit after that rip by Hutchison. So down to their last out. There's a strike called. Buffington at the plate. He had a base hit into left field his first time up. Be great if he'd come back with that one again right here. 0-1 the count on Matt Buffington. There's a fly ball down the right field line, but that's going to be out of play. Runners will go back to second and third. 0-2 the count, so the Blue Devils down to their last strike for the time being. Buffington at the plate. Sanchez at third. McHarg at second. Nutter trying to finish this thing up for the Cavaliers. There's a high chopper to the first baseman. Brigham underhands that over to Nutter for the third out of the inning. So the Blue Devils go down 7-3. This one is a final here. We'll take about a 20-minute break. And we'll be back for the second one. The Blue Devils lose the first one 7-3 here in 7. We'll be back in about 20 minutes or so. We'll play the second one of the day. Thanks for watching. I'll be back.